to Hospitality. I'm Abbie Hendren, head chef at Teal by Sally Abé.
Hello, I'm Caroline Baldwin. I'm the deputy editor at The Caterer, and thank you so much for joining us for this Loving Life in Hospitality video as part of The Caterer's This Is Hospitality campaign. Today I'm joined by Abbie Hendren. She is the head chef at the soon-to-open Teal in London's Hackney, which is a new project from Sally Abé. So this is a super exciting time for you, Abbie.
Opening a restaurant's crazy, but we're getting there. It's taking shape. Looking good. So.
And how, when you say opening a restaurant, is this like your first experience of like opening it from start to finish?
I mean, yeah, from like brick one, definitely. And it's a really good learning experience actually. And there's like no one better to learn from than Sally. So because she's like she'll like bounce around all over the place, but she's also like knows what's going on. So it's quite reassuring like having her there. But it's interesting to see like from day one how you open.
So tell us how this all came about. So 3 months ago, you were just telling me. This was not on the radar whatsoever.
Yeah, 3 months ago I didn't think I'd be the head chef for Sally Abé, who's been like one of my chef idols since I like started cooking. Yeah, I just finished filming Great British Menu, decided it was time to find the next place to work. Yeah. Wanted to get back kind of like cooking more my kind of signature style, which is very, very similar to Sally's. It all came about through the show really, because she obviously is like working as a judge this year and a consultant. Yeah. And the producers were like, well, we have someone that we'd quite like to talk to you about offering you a role. And I was just like, okay. And then Sally gave me a call and it all kind of came from that.
Fantastic.
Signed me on.
Brilliant. So, and then 3 months later you're literally about to open.
Yeah.
Talk us through what's Teal going to be like? It's quite an intimate space, right?
So,
it's a former Pigeon site.
Former site of Pigeon, very, very small space. 25 covers. Yeah. We've just installed like a really nice bar area. Lovely. So there's like 6 bar stools. Yeah. Redone the whole space, fully refurbished it. There's like a little hatch so you can see into the kitchen as well, and it's a little British bistro. Yeah. So championing like the best of British produce, which is like the core of what Sally cooks anyway, and what I'm really keen to like learn under her leadership as well. You know, it's like good, honest cooking. Like we both just said, like we just want to cook good food. You know, no fuss, no frills. Yeah, using the best of what we got around us.
So can we have a little tease of the menu?
Yeah. So we're really lucky we're opening like this is my favourite time of year actually. Yeah. So we've got all like the nicest British ingredients coming up. We've got like asparagus and forced rhubarb. So one of the desserts she's got on is a rhubarb jubilee, like very kind of old school classic. Got asparagus and old Winchester tart. And she's also got something on the menu called a penny lick, which is like Sally's kind of really trying to dig out some like old school like Victorian era, like forgotten British classics. Yeah. So the penny lick is like basically back in the day, if people couldn't afford like a full ice cream at the ice cream cart, they'd get given like a little taster of it. Yes. So we're going to change the flavour of it seasonally, and all the proceeds will go to Hackney Food Bank.
Oh, I love that. So
yeah, it's like a little £1. It's like a petit four basically.
Yes, like a little ice cream petit four. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Oh, we can't wait to come visit. Sounds like it's going to be amazing, and all the best with the next couple of days and weeks. I'd love to talk to you about the fact that this is a project with 2 women at the helm. How does that feel for you to be working with, as I say, an extraordinary female chef, but women like pushing the boundaries, opening restaurants in at this awful time at the moment? Tell me how that feels.
Well, never a good time to do anything. So we're just going in it, everything we've got. But I mean, I feel like I'm living in some kind of fever dream, to be honest. Like Sally's like I've followed her career since I was really young. I watched her on Great British Menu as well, and it was like a real kind of like idol of mine. So to be able to like come on board and work alongside her is just like I'm going to learn so much. I'm so excited, and like you say, it's important to like work and like champion having women in like leadership roles. Is it like 8% of women are in leadership roles in the industry, which is just crazy. And I mean, like now I'm kind of getting to that more kind of managerial side of things, and like getting a little bit older, I'm kind of realizing like, oh, this is actually something that's important for me to consider going forwards with whatever projects I do or what I do. Like I really want to represent the fact that it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what gender, you can really work your way up. Yeah. And like I look where I've come from, and I was like really shy, quiet teenager, and now I can like lead a kitchen, like quite a big kitchen. So yeah, I think that's kind of important for me going forwards. Fly the flag for women. You can do leadership roles. You don't have to be some like big burly guy, head chef, screaming and shouting. Yeah. There's space for everyone here.
Definitely. Definitely space for everyone. And hospitality gives us that opportunity, right? So it's such a welcoming, I should say, everyone included, and that's kind of part of the This Is Hospitality campaign for us to interview loads of different people within this amazing industry. What is the one opportunity this industry has given you that you think you couldn't have got?
I think communication for me. Like I was so quiet and introverted and shy, and I think for me it's like, well, kind of forced me to in a way, like kind of open up a bit and like learn how to communicate effectively, lead teams, grow in that sense. I think that's the biggest thing I've kind of like gained from it. So like, yeah, I look at myself like 15 years ago and now it's just completely different. It's like night and day.
Amazing.
And yeah, I think in other industries, say if I like went into an office job, I might not have had that kind of push. But I mean, other things as well. It's taught me like speed, you know, agility, management skills on like so many different levels. And like kind of the higher up you go, the more you learn how to like do things like run events or like, you know, I mean, we were just cooking at Wimbledon this week and like watching Sally have to like give like a little presentation on like all the dishes and stuff like that. Like that's something that growing up I never would have like thought I'd have the confidence to do. But it's like getting to that point in my career where I've got to, you know, learn how to do that and communicate effectively with the team and stuff like that.
So bar the current fever dream that we're in, which I'm guessing is going to be one of the most memorable moments in your career, maybe when I ask you this question in a couple of years. Looking a bit further back, what has been the most memorable point in your career and what's really stuck with you?
Memorable point. I mean, in terms of work-wise, probably my favourite project is when we were doing dinner at SK. So that was when I was working in the Sam's Kitchen Chiswick site. And we just do these kind of like supper club pop-ups. Nice. And, you know, we were working with Chiswick House, getting all the produce from there. And it was my first time, A, in a head chef's role, and B, where I could just kind of be let loose and like just cook dishes that I really love. So it was crazy. It was a very like under-equipped kitchen, like very small space, me and one other, kind of similar to what we're doing with Sally now. But that for me was just like, oh, I get to be creative and like do my thing for the first time ever. So that's my favourite like work-based project. And then obviously Great British Menu as well. Like being asked to do that, again, fever dream. Never in a million years thought I'd even be like on the cards to do that. So for the producers to kind of get in touch and be like, do you want to take part this year? That was amazing. Like never could have dreamt that would happen.
Awesome opportunity.
And I had such a fun time as well.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'm a pretty camera shy person. This kind of thing is like a bit scary for me. But I mean, to be kind of thrown in that space and like have cameras pointing at you and like you have to like cook obviously to the highest standard you can. Yeah, I kind of came out of it and I was like, wow, I can't believe I've just done that. That was a bit of like a confidence booster as well. So yeah, like definitely dinner at SK, Great British Menu, biggest points in my career thus far. And then obviously working for Sally Abé, like that's
3 great ones, and there'll be plenty more to come. I'm absolutely sure of it.
Let's see.
So tell me, what's the best bit of advice you've had during your career?
Best bit of advice, I think. Oh, there's been a few. I think don't take things in service personally. You know, personal, professional, separate. You know, if you've done something wrong, try not to take it as like a personal insult. Because I take everything very like, if I've done something wrong, I must be a horrible person, or like,
good advice
not very good at my job.
I feel you.
But it's like, you know, you've done something wrong. That's fine. Don't hold on to it. Fix the issue. Move on from it. Don't dwell. But yeah, that's probably like the most helpful. I still need to remind myself of that daily. And then the other one is like, you can't change the past. You can only affect the future. So anything that's happened, just learn from it. Move on. Get better. Build yourself up again. Crack on.
So what are the 3 words you would use to describe the hospitality industry?
Probably teamwork, camaraderie, and community. I think.
Love it. So that kind of brings me back. So you've already touched on these penny licks and in terms of Teal and helping out the wider community. Is there more of that? Do you think that's really important for the hospitality to give back? Because obviously we're under such strain it's, at the moment, but elsewhere as well. Talk to us about the community in Hackney.
Yeah, I think, well, I feel like sometimes chefs forget that restaurants are like community hubs. It's not necessarily like, you know, I'm here to display how nicely I can put my micro herbs on my plate with my pieces. It is like, you know, you are a community centre. People want to come and like spend their money with you and have a nice time, be taken care of. And people come to restaurants to celebrate like life events, don't they? Like birthdays or, you know, just meeting up with other people. So I think being part of a community is so important. And like opening Teal, the past few weeks that we've been on site trying to pull everything together, it's been so lovely meeting our neighbours.
I was about to say, how's that gone?
I mean, we're so lucky. We've got some great, like there's Wilton Way Deli over the road. They've just been like amazing, supplying us with plenty of caffeine. You know, we've got Dohan's Pizza, Violet's Bakery, Tiella Trattoria around the corner. Like, I mean, the people that we're surrounded by, whether they're in the hospitality industry or not, are amazing. And people keep poking their head in as well. Like, they'll just come in and they'll see what Sally's doing to the space and how she's renovated it and like the love that she's put into the site. And it kind of creates a bit of a buzz, bit of energy, and people are like, oh, you know, we've got something really nice coming to the street. Yeah. And, you know, we're really lucky with what we've got in the local area. I'll admit, like, I'm a West London girl. I don't know East London at all. Yeah. Apart from, like, the past month that I've been, like, coming. And, like, to see what's around is actually, like, really interesting. Like, we've got Hackney Home Farm just around the corner. Loads of, like, really nice boutique shops with, like, cool ingredients and stuff like that. Markets everywhere. Like, it's a really interesting space.
It's a nice opportunity for you to, like, find a new part of London, explore it, and also put your mark on it as well. And
well, that's what, you know, Sally would love to do that. Like, put her, you know, stamp on it. Yes. We're using E5 Bakehouse.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, we're going to be using some of their Hackney Wick sourdough.
Oh, brilliant.
So that would be a nice thing to have on the menu.
Awesome. What's a little fact or maybe a misconception about the industry that you would like to put to right that you don't think is correct?
I think just this notion that if you're in hospitality, then you're going to be working, you know, crazy hours. I think there's also this like awful kind of stigma of people thinking that chefs are just like, you know, drug-dealing alcoholics universally. I think that's really changing in the past couple of generations. Like, also that's true of like many industries, isn't it? You know, there's so many subsectors within the industry. If you've got a family or kids, you could be like doing contract catering or, you know, working in hotels doing breakfast shifts. You know, there are like accessible ways and means to make this job kind of work for you. It's not like boiling point, do you know what I mean? Not like, you know, you go in and work 16 hours a day. But like I say, there's different subsectors. There are those like high-end fine dining establishments where you will be doing that. But I think we're getting to a point now where we're offsetting that and balancing that by saying like, okay, but you will get 3 days off. Yeah. Or, okay, but we'll give you some extra holiday. Like, and that it's so important that is happening because like I've been doing this for 15 years now, which in itself is a bit scary. But like the change that I've seen, it is like more, you know, we need that work-life balance. We need to make this manageable. And like, I mean, I've been there doing 16, 17 hours a day. You do build that teamwork and that camaraderie because you're all like, you have a common goal. You want to make the restaurant as good as it can be, but at what cost?
Yes.
And
there needs to be a balance.
Yeah, exactly. And I think chefs as well need to keep themselves in check. And if they feel like that they're struggling or that they're like, you know, burning themselves out, they need to be like, okay, well, this isn't cool. Yeah. Because that's the only way it's going to change. Yes. But obviously to kind of bring that up is sometimes a little bit hard.
Yeah. But you're right. It has changed a little bit over the last. If anything, these conversations are happening now. So even if chefs are putting themselves under loads of pressure, it only takes one person to say, "Oh, I struggled. This is my story." Yeah. For someone else to be like, "Oh, maybe I don't need to be working myself into the ground anymore." So exactly. Having those conversations
it's coming more prevalent these days. Isn't it? So, and that's something that Sally's really working on as well. Yeah. So the restaurant's going to be closed 3 days a week, just while we get like the team built, get up and running, get used to the day-to-day operations. But she's really got this focus on making sure like we're all okay, and you know, we're not going to burn ourselves out, and you know, we do have that solid team. If there is a problem, she makes it easy to come and talk to her, and you're heard. You don't feel like, you know, stupid for talking about it. I think my thing going forwards is like I want to make sure that I'm listening as well, or I'm like not pushing my team too hard, or I'm like giving them the space to know that, you know, they can come and talk to me if they have a problem, or if they're, you know, something's not working out for them. I think that's something that managers and head chefs and owners and bosses and leaders, we need to make sure that we've got the door open, so that exactly, so we can have the conversation and it's not awkward or uncomfortable.
So last question, which is always my favourite, what is the best mistake you've ever made?
Best mistake is saying yes to too many things and taking on too many projects, and unless you've got that kind of support network around you and like really solid team members, it's not going to happen without you just like damaging yourself. So I think just learning like your capacity and your limit, and like if it's a no, it's a no. Yeah. And if the people don't want to hear it's a no, then that means it's a no to work there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just understanding like your capacity and what you can manage. But that's the best worst mistake, because like I've made that mistake, I can build on it and learn from it, and know that going forwards, what makes me happy is producing really good food to the highest quality I can, and making sure that the team members around me are all good. So going forwards, I just need to bear that in mind, not take on too many crazy things. I think when you intrinsically do what makes you happy, it people can sense that, and you just work better, your team are happier around you, and what you produce is better.
That's when the magic happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Abbie, it's been so lovely having with you today. Thank you so much for sharing your time ahead of opening as well. I hugely appreciate it, and all the best. We can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, thank you.